What's happening, everybody? Welcome to this Saturday live stream. This Saturday night. Oh man, what a crazy weekend it's been so far. Last week was crazy, but I was glad I was able to do a New Year's Eve show. That was fun. Thank you to the people that tuned in for that. The views turned out really good for that video. I was shocked. I was like, 4.5 hour stream, man. If you're into stuff like that, go back and check out the New Year's Eve stream here on the Joe Wentz Project TV. 4.5 hours. We rang in the Eastern time zone. Well, I was a little late on that one. And then the Central. But the chat was spectacular. I mean, that's what made it fun. The chat was very active and people were they hung in there and great conversations all the way around. So a big shout out to and applause for everybody that participated in that. Thank you. Well, who do we got up first? Hey, we got Dave Orkin. What's up, man? He just became a channel member. Thank you, man. Thank you. That's really nice. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Clemson alum, Joe, I wish you would move to Saturday night shows to 7. I can't do that, man. I got too much going on here with dinner and everything, and I would if I could, brother, but I only have a day and a half to get things done around here and then do a show. It's tough, but if I could, man, I would. If I could, I would stream on Sunday too. Those seem like pretty good days to stream, or nights or whatever. Skunk, what's up, man? Happy New Year, Skunk says. Thank you for being here. Appreciate that so much. And I got to bring in the co-host before I get too far. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. The Butcher.
Happy New Year, Joe.
What's up, man? I'm just rolling right through the chat, and you're probably going, dude, what are you doing?
Dude, I was sitting there. I said, let's see how long he does this. I was going to get up and leave, and then it'd be a blank screen.
I'm sorry
I knew you'd
about
catch
that.
on eventually. But you've been used to, it's probably because of that 4.5 hour marathon. You're used to being by yourself.
I was lost there for a minute. I thought it was New Year's Eve again. I'm sorry. Well, man, how was your New Year's, matter of fact?
It was good, man. Great New Year's. Got through it. We're alive. Looking forward to what we got coming up this year.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, we're going to have some, Ralph and I were talking in the green room. We're going to have some more shops we're trying to line up, weather permitting, because it's getting pretty soon to be that time of year for this area where weather gets crazy. And all of a sudden you get all this either black ice or snow, and it just comes out of nowhere. One day it's nice, and the next day, like, where'd that come from?
Right.
But yeah.
As long as we can get there, we'll give it a shot.
Absolutely, man. Yeah. That's good, man. I'm glad to hear everybody are doing well and you had a good New Year. That's awesome.
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay, now let me proceed with the chat.
Let's start over. Okay.
Yeah, start over. We got Mazzetti. Hey, Mazzetti, how you doing, man? Oh, man, my bad. Let's see. Scott, what's up? Scott from New York. Hello, man.
From New York.
Nice to see you. Slam RN, what is going on? How are you doing? Nice to see you.
I haven't seen that name before. Have you, Joe?
I've seen it one other time, yes. Jess
welcome.
from the Caribbean. How you doing, man? Is it Caribbean or Caribbean? I think it's Caribbean, I guess.
Caribbean, I don't know.
I'm sorry if I'm messing that up, Jess. Chick Mac, Happy New Year's. Yeah, what's going on, man? Thank you for being here.
Happy New Year.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Let's see. Hey, man, what's going on? How you doing? Nice to see you. I got to pull this chat scroll down. Josh Thomas, hello, man. How are you? Let's see. Oh, Dave Orkin renewed his membership. Oh, thank you, man. I thought you were already a member, but I thought, well, maybe I'm just missing something. Is that Willard? Hey, Willard, how you doing, man? Nice to see you. Bill Trainer. I'm scrolling down. Let's see so I can get past this thing. Scott.
And there's a lot of people in here early.
There are. Thank y'all so much. Now I can highlight them again. Yes, there are. Thank you, y'all, for being here. Bloody Soup, good evening, my fellow rockers. Hi, Joe and Ralph. Hopefully everything is good in your worlds. Yes.
It is.
It is. Thank you very much, Bloody Soup. Hope it is in your world too, man. Bree, Happy New Year, Joe and Ralph.
Happy New Year.
Nice to see you. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody. This is great. Fantastic. Slimfire, hello, Joe and Ralph. Happy New Year to all. Nice to see you, man. Thank you. Brian VH 5150, he says hello, man. How are you? Good to see you. And this is really nice. We got GRB Aquatics. Good day, Joe and Ralph. Everyone, hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Thank you so much. Scott from New York. I had to cancel our gig on New Year's Eve. Weather was so bad here. Got a foot of snow. Oh, I hate canceling gigs, man. I'm sorry about that. Man.
A foot of snow will do it.
Yeah. Yeah, that would put things in turmoil around this neck of the woods.
Oh, God. It doesn't take nowhere near that much for us to...
people in the
lose their minds
like,
around here, right?
What? 1 inch. People are like, oh, my God. I'm like, oh, calm down, people. Man.
You should work at the grocery store.
I deliver milk, so I know.
You get it.
I get it. The bread man and the milkman always caught hell when bad weather would come around. And my goodness. Bill Trainer, you guys get worse cold than we get in Aiken. I grew up 10 miles from Canada, though. Oh, okay. We were wondering how to pronounce the Caribbean or Caribbean. GRB Aquatics said, just call it Paradise. There you go.
Oh, that'll work.
That'll work. That will work because it is beautiful there. Yes. Let's see. Who do we have? E-Bike Attack. Hello. I bought a Chibson bucket head on eBay. Oh, man, I hear you.
Man, I don't know much about Buckethead. Do you?
I do not. I just know he's an amazing player.
Yeah, I know he's a great player. I never investigated further with that.
I've looked into it a little bit, trying to see. I was like, man, what does this guy look like?
Yeah.
But it's a mystery, and he's done a really good job of keeping it that way. But he's an amazing. I know for a while there was an urban legend floating around that they thought it was Paul Gilbert, but it wasn't.
Yeah,
that wasn't. And I was like, But that guy is incredible. He'll put on a one-man show. He'll have backing tracks and on. He'll play and just he's like on that. Steve Vai's here on this wild level. Buckethead's like up here. He's even crazier with his playing. And I was like, I can't follow it, man. It's just me. But he is amazing nonetheless. Frank C. We saw Frank C. at Music Go Round.
That's right.
Happy New Year, Joe and Ralph. Hope your holidays were good. Yes, sir. Thank you. I hope yours was as well.
Absolutely.
And it's so nice to see you. Bill Trainer with the super chat. Thank you.
That's another one of those where I don't see the emoji. Video game controller poses triumphantly in between the words "critical hit."
Yeah, that's the same thing I see as the description.
So that's what everybody's seeing. That they're seeing.
Okay, Ralph. Here's what I want you to try. On your end, you can see the chat, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Take your mouse cursor and put it on one of the comments and see if it'll let you highlight it.
As I got it over, it's not asking me anything. Should it say something?
Okay, let me see. If you have it over it should say show. And you click show. Will it come up on the screen?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't show, Joe.
Okay. All right. I was going to see if
we were trying something that we had talked about backstage, but we only could try it while we were on air. It's not something that we could try.
Yeah.
Yeah. We needed you guys' comments for us to see if I could pull them up. So when Joe's playing,
pull up comments.
Pull up people's comments,
Yeah. It wouldn't, it won't let you do it. Okay. Well, we know now. That's all right. Mr. Kevin Newman, hello, man. He goes, hello, everyone. Look forward to seeing your new guitar. Thank you, man.
It's nice. That color is incredible.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a color I've been wanting for a long time.
Yeah.
And I just went window shopping on Reverb and boop. I'll tell the story of that in just a second. Lone Rocker, how you doing? He goes, hey, Joe and Ralph and everyone.
Hey, Lone Rocker.
Nice to see you. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Let me go down here a little bit more. We have Willard Turk, I think. 1 inch of snow here in Tennessee shuts everything down. That's the way it is here, man. Yeah. And that's the way it is here. It's and people go crazy.
They could just stick to the grass and not the road. And people lose their mind.
people put pictures on Facebook. Look, there's snow. I'm like, dude.
I gotta go to the store and get a milk sandwich.
That's right. Lone Rocker says, Ralph, looks like you got a George Lynch Firefly behind you. That's not a Firefly. His is legit LTD. Yeah. His is the real deal. Yeah.
But that shows you how close in resemblance they really are.
They are. I got a Firefly and an LTD, and
they were side by side, and the markings are so close.
Yes. I mean, I was like, dang, how did they get away? It's crazy, man. Yes, Scott from New York. He says, well, I see you got to know the PRS, Joe. What a green beauty she is. Thank you.
What I'm noticing, Joe, that we had called that the Candy Twins, the light pink and the green one, remember?
Yes.
At Cornerstone.
Yeah.
But it matches so much, it matches better with the brighter red one than it does with the it makes it look washed out. The other pink one.
Yeah.
Makes it look washed out.
Now that you say that, yeah. All right.
So keep your opinion to yourself.
No. I don't think that at all.
Yeah. Next.
Move along. No. Thank you, Scott. Yeah, it's a great guitar. Yeah. GRB Aquatics, Buckethead and Carrot Top never seen in the same place. Yeah, that's crazy. Wow.
I've seen Carrot Top.
Have you really?
He was at the Spartanburg Auditorium.
You actually paid to go see him?
It was a wife thing.
I was about to say, he does not interest me whatsoever. Damn.
You don't like a good prop comic, Joe?
I like a good comic. How about that?
Good one, Joe.
Joe's been on fire with the PRSs lately. Yeah. Well, I don't know about being on fire. But, yeah. Let's see. Mr. Curtis, I think Buckethead did the theme song for that metal show on VH1. I have no idea.
I don't either.
I don't know. Buckethead is definitely a prodigy, Lone Rocker says. Yeah, he's different. He's different. Yeah, he's crazy good. Yeah, he is. Let's see. If I get a KFC bucket and wear it on my head, will I be able to play like him? Oh man,
you'll look like him.
Yeah. Just get you one of those Michael Myers masks and a KFC bucket on your head, and I guess you're good to go. Man, yes, 4 PRS guitars hanging in a row, side by side. Yes. Yeah, I just I said, well, I want to get them hanging on. I think it's a cool visual, something different. JP Stella, welcome to the PRS store.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, man. Carrie Crouch, hey man, how are you doing? He goes, hello, nice PRS. Thank you very much. Bill Trainer, what do you feel with the PRS? Great build, tone, comfortable. Okay, that's a great segue. We'll get into that. And get this ready in case the chat starts to move. Let's see. Yeah, okay, for me, what caused me to move to PRS? I know people are wondering about that. And it all began, I've touched on this before, but now that Ralph's here, he can back me up. When Ralph and I went to Eastside Guitars and Drums, remember that with yes. Bobby Bass over there?
PRS headquarters.
Man, and we went there, and I was not expecting what would eventually happen in that video. So I played my first instinct when we walked in, I noticed it was mainly PRS guitars, and I thought, I'm not gonna lie to you, I thought, oh my God.
I did too.
I was like, because I had a PRS a 2 or 3 years ago, and it just wasn't good because whoever had it before, they they took the original pickups out and they put other pickups in, and it wasn't wired up right, and it was just a hot mess. And it had a Floyd, and it was a train wreck. So I sold it. I broke even on it, and I sold it. And that was my first introduction to PRS, and I thought,
you already had a bad taste.
I was like, man, they suck. I was like, how the hell do people like these guitars? That was horrible. Well, then the more I thought about it, I said, well, that didn't have the original components in it, so you
didn't give it a fair shot. Yeah,
right, exactly. So when Ralph and I went to Eastside, and that first thought, I said, oh God, and I said, well, I haven't really played one that's legit, and then I played the John Mayer Silver Sky. Now, to me, that felt just like a normal Strat. It was just nothing reached out to me like, oh, this is amazing. It was just, I was like, okay, yeah, it's just a Strat. And then when I played that PRS, that it was kind of like that quilt like there, but it was gray, I think. Kind of a grayish color, I think. And it played amazing. I played to that Mark Tremonti head, to that PRS little single speaker cab, and I was like, good God, man. And it just felt really good. It sounded great. And I was, from that point on, I knew my radar was like, okay, I'm going to try these again somehow, some way. I'm going to get a PRS.
Joe latches, when you latch on to something, you latch on.
Yeah.
Like a damn pit bull.
Yeah, so I said, I'm going to get one of these, man. And now, as everybody knows, they have different price tiers with PRS. They have the real high tier, they have the mid tier, and the lower tier. And then, so I'm pretty much in the mid tier, and which is fine. Those they're called the SE line, and the ones I have are custom SEs, and they're great. They perform very well. The pickups are great for me. They're perfect. They're and it just the trim system is really impressive. As long as you don't do nothing crazy with the bar, you just kind of do just your average vibrato action.
Okay.
It does really well. If you do dial bombs and stuff, well, okay, you're gonna have to be tuning up here, but
gotcha.
But for just regular vibrato stuff, it does really well, and it just plays so smooth, in my opinion. I'm still getting used to the 24 fret neck. That's always threw me for a loop.
It's always throwing you.
And so I'm trying to just play them more and get used to that. And it's getting a little smoother, but I just enjoy them, and they're beautiful guitars.
They are.
And they have great tops on them, and they, when they're set up, man, they ring like a bell, man. They play so great, in my opinion. Ralph, you haven't played one yet, have you?
No, but I watched that Phil McKnight. He went to the plant where they build those. God, it was so interesting. And they really do use different levels of wood quality. They really do. It's not just, it's all the same guitar. They just put different prices on it. That's not the case.
Right.
It was real interesting. And now there's Phil McKnight. It'll show up on his end, won't it?
And what's cool to me is in that property, there's different sections of that plant. Like this section makes the mid tier. This other building makes the high tier. This other section makes the low tier. Everything's separated.
Yep.
And I was like, wow, that's and yeah, they're on top of their game with that stuff. And I was like, man,
the quality's there. I saw it.
It is, yeah. It's. I mean, if I wasn't satisfied with these guitars, man, you wouldn't see them hanging up.
No, they wouldn't be hanging there.
I wouldn't even have bought. I'd been like, okay, I'm not buying any more of them. But I was like, okay, that one was a winner. Well, let me try this one. I went to Cornerstone, and I got another one. I got it home, got it set up. That was Bonnie Pink right there, and got it home. And I said, oh man, and it was same thing. I was like, this is incredible.
Have you named the green one yet? Did you give it a name?
I have not. Okay. I have not named the green one yet.
The light one is Candy. Bonnie.
Yeah, let me present myself here. Spotlight. Yeah, that's Candy. That's Bonnie Pink. The green one, I have no idea, and the charcoal gray, whatever you call it, I haven't named these two. So I don't know. Right. I just haven't taken the time to really think about it, but yeah, that's why I moved to PRS. It's they're just great quality. Mazzetti says, I love PRS. My core custom 22 from 2005 is my favorite guitar. Just not a fan of that silly rotary switch, but I'm not going to modify it. Yeah, the only thing that I'm not crazy about on my PRS with the Floyd, I love that guitar. I just don't like those what they call speed knobs. They're flat, black, and round. They look like a tire.
I know what you're talking about.
And I can't stand that. That to me that looks generic. So I got some extra. Where are they at? They're down here. What they call the lampshade knobs.
I like those.
Come with some of these PRS, and I got another set of those. I'm going to put those on, and I'm going to swap out that Floyd tonight. It's a Floyd Rose 1000, which is a fantastic Floyd. It's one I'm going to keep. This one here, I want to swap it out with a gold Godot trim. I got the gold post already and the gold locking screws that'll go at the top. I'll do that after we get done with the show tonight. I'm going to be up late getting all that swapped out. So that gold should go good with that color, I would imagine.
Should.
But I have to set it up. But yeah. Scott from New York, I love my SE24 Custom. Yeah, man. I love them too, man. It took me a long time to come around because I just didn't.
You just didn't.
I just, I was like, I don't know about those guitars, man. I don't know. And I was like, yeah. And I kept just kind of brushing it off. And then we went to Eastside Guitar and Drum. That's when when I actually got to play one, I was like, oh my God, this is how they are. This is the quality. To me, is great. Yeah. I'll be glad when you can play one of these, man. Next time you come over, check it out and see what you think.
Yeah, I'm going to, yeah.
Mr. Curtis, you'll be back to 80 in no time. 80 guitars? Oh, God. He's right. It won't be long. Man, how many it is now? Let's see. You know what case I put it back here in the case rack. I'm going to get into that next story in a minute. But there was a case missing here. And I said, well, I need to fill up that space. So I went to the warehouse and I said, what's in this case? Popped it open. It was the Cheddar Shredder, the Dean.
Yes.
The one that I played at Tempo for a brief moment.
Yeah, love that one.
I popped it open. I said, oh, there's the Cheddar Shredder. So I have to break it out pretty soon. Give it some love, man. I've only played it twice. That's it. Let's see here. Mr. Bill Trainer comments, I got all excited today. My wife was, wow, just some misspelled words here. My wife was at Guitar Center, I think. Come to find out it was Cabela next door. What a bummer. Oh, okay, so I can figure it out. You thought she was there at Guitar Center and for you or something, but she was at Cabela's next door. Is that right? I'm guessing that's what it is.
We got a boot barn beside our Guitar Center.
Boot barn.
A boot barn. That used to be Barnes and Noble.
Oh, they turned that into boot barn. Okay.
Barn. Yeah.
Kevin Newman says Ralph needs to get a PRS.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I'm still in the market for a bass first.
Oh, okay. Mr. Mick, he's here. He said he made it. What's up, man? How are you doing?
He made it. Welcome.
Nice to see you, Mr. Mick. Nice to see you. Pooh Ninja. Let's see. Only PRS I've ever wanted was a Dragon Win All. 1 million pieces of inlay. Oh, you got me on that one. Billy Shelton. Hey, man, how are you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you, man. Let's see. Chick Max, I want some KFC now.
That doesn't sound bad.
They got a good deal going on. Like it's just the chicken. It's like 8-piece chicken bucket for like $10.
This is not a sponsored show.
No, not at all. No, but KFC, I love KFC.
Yeah.
E-Bike Attack. Michelangelo Badio is great too. Yes, he is. He really is. He's incredible. Yeah, he's amazing.
I mean, to be able to do that with both hands is insane, right? I mean, it's hard enough.
I can't do it. I can't do it with the way I'm supposed to do it. I can't do nothing. But hey, there's Dylan. What's going on, man? How you doing, buddy? Nice to see you.
Hey, Dylan.
Okay, I need to get into this story here.
Story time.
Story time. Please grab your popcorn and a cold drink and sit back and get ready for this one. This is a cool story. This happened yesterday. Okay, so Dylan, he's an awesome young man, an awesome guitar player. So I think it was last week and the week before, I saw Dylan's name pop up in the chat, and he said hello and all that. And there was a couple of times he said something about a certain guitar that I have that Ralph, you and I were at this one guitar shop. It's called Midtown. Midtown and Easley, and it was the Buddy Guy Strat. All right, so Dylan is a huge blues fan, and well, first of all, let me preface this by saying when people make certain comments on here, I don't know, I can't see these people, so you have to take this stuff with a grain of salt. They can see us, but we can't see them.
Right, exactly.
So, and you're kind of like, all right, is this person being for real, or are they being stupid, or is this a weirdo? You don't know.
Yeah, you have to be careful, man.
So you have to be careful. So, so to be fair, the first couple of times I saw those comments, and I thought, okay, that's kind of strange. So I just kind of brushed it off because I don't, that's what you're supposed to do. So I was like, all right, well, that's, okay. And so Dylan, he sent me a message on Facebook Messenger, asked me about the Buddy Guy Strat. And I said, no, it's not for sale. Again, I don't know who this is. So I'm like, no, man, no. And then, somebody else reached out to me. It's Dylan's father. And he said, "No, man, this is legit. He's 13. He loves to play blues. He loves Stevie Ray Vaughan. He loves watching you and Ralph on the show. He enjoys and something else that I thought was really cool. All the guitar shops we've done, if I'm not mistaken, they've been to pretty much all those shops.
Because we went there?
Because we showcased them on this channel.
Wow.
And so they went to those shops and they bought guitars at every shop almost. And I was like, wow, man, holy.
That's amazing.
So that's impressive.
Are we on commission somewhere?
No, but so that was really cool, and
cool.
So and I was like, okay, so I got done with the New Year's Eve and the New Year's show, and I said, well, the next day I'm gonna message Dylan back, and I want to see if I'm gonna follow up with this and see what's going on here. So I did. And I went to work that day, and I didn't hear nothing until about 11 o'clock that night. So that would have been New Year's night. I was already at my location for delivery, and I was finishing up my paperwork, and I was getting ready to leave because I drive a rig for a living. So once that rig starts moving, I can't touch my phone. So I wasn't moving yet, and I was getting ready to, and all of a sudden my phone went doop and lit up, and I said, oh, who's that? And it was Dylan. And because I sent him a message, I said, is this Dylan? Is this the same Dylan that's interested about the Buddy Guy Strat? And then at 11 o'clock that night, he said, yes, sir. And I said, oh, okay. I said, well, do me a favor and have your father text or call me tomorrow around 5 p.m. and I'll talk to him. He said, okay. And then his father texted me a few minutes later. Well, by this time I'm rolling, so I can't mess with the phone. So I said, well, I'll look at that later. So then the next day, which would have been yesterday, I come in here and I got my truck out of the shop. Thank God, got my truck back.
Right.
It's right now it's running good. AC's fixed. Thank God. So, I said, well, I need to get some trash together and go to the dump and get all this done. And then a text came through, and it was Dylan's father. His name's Lenny, which is really easy to remember because SRV wrote a song for his ex-wife called Lenny when they were married, but they got divorced later. But anyway, and I said, oh, there's Dylan's dad. So I had my headset on. So I called him, talked to him, and super nice, man. And he said, "Hey, man, this is Lenny." He goes, he said, "We went to go buy that guitar at Midtown, and you and Ralph were there, and then we went to go buy it, and it was already gone because you had already nabbed it." Because I guess they asked, he said, "We saw the video where you."
They went there specifically for that one guitar.
Yeah, and they, of course, they watched the channel, and they saw where I, had put strings on it, and it was blocked, and I unblocked it, and all that, and he said, "Man, you beat us to it," and I thought, I didn't know that anybody was going after it. I was just pot luck, and so he said, "Well, and we talked business for a little bit, and I said, I'll tell you what, man. I said, let me take care of what I got to do real quick. And because they live in the area, believe it or not. They live in, and this is the crazy thing. This is where it all comes to the cherry on top of the story. You know how far they live from me? 2 miles. They live 2 miles from me. Ralph is frozen. God almighty. Oh, man. Right when I was getting to the good part of the story. Anyway, I can give them a recap. And they live 2 miles from me. I was like, now what are the odds of, first of all, somebody finding this channel? Channel's not really big. We're still trying to grow it every day that we can. Number two, they subscribe to the channel because the subscribers lately have been like, okay, yeah. And all of a sudden, they go down. And I'm like, I don't get it. Subs, then no subs. Subs, then no. It's like a roller coaster. I'm like, oh, whatever. That's just YouTube. So they subscribe to the channel. And number three, they live within your area. And I thought that's unheard of. So we talked, and he told me where they were located. I said, I know exactly what you're talking about, man. So I went ahead and got my stuff done. I came in here and got the guitar with the case. I drove to their house. And I'm going to tell you what. Lenny and Dylan are two of the nicest people I've ever met. I mean, they were nice enough to let me in their home, and he showed me that their guitar collection. Man, I mean, this ain't none. My stuff is just mid to lower tier, right? And Lenny has him and Dylan have some nice guitars, really nice. And so I got to meet Dylan, got to meet his father, meet them, and shook their hands, and we talked for a while. And Dylan was a little shy at first, which is understandable. And after a few minutes, there was a few guitars on stands in their living room. Had an SRV, had a couple of SRV guitars there. And so I asked Dylan, I said, man, play me something. Let me. So he played a little bit, played some blues stuff, sounded really good. And I still had the guitar in the truck at the time, and I said, well, I need to go get the guitar. So I come back, and I brought the guitar in there, and Dylan opened it up and put a strap on it. He said, can I put a strap on? I said, yeah, man, go ahead, knock yourself out, And he played it, and he really enjoyed it. And so there he is. He's back. All right, there you are. You're back. So I was saying that I went down. They gave me directions on how to get to their house. They were 2 miles away, right? Mm-hmm. And I went in there, and they were nice enough to have me in. And man, they have a lot of guitars in their house. Yeah. And they're all high tier guitars, and they got half stacks in there. They got Fender twin reverb amps. They got some Boss Katanas like I have, the 50 watt. Wow. And it's just like a small music store. They got
I like it. Yeah,
nice Fender guitars on stands and everything. And cool. And I asked Dylan to play me. He played some blues stuff for me. Sounded really good. And
does his dad play, or just?
I think just Dylan.
Just Dylan. I
think so. I didn't really ask. I saw a harmonica sitting on the shelf, and then I said, Lenny is as Dylan's father's name. I said, man, do you blow harp? He goes, yeah, a little bit. I was hoping he'd pick it up and start playing, but he never did. But which is cool because I can't play harmonica worth nothing. But so anyway, I went and got the Buddy guy. It was in a case, hard shell case in my truck. I went and got it and went back in the house, their house, and Dylan opened it up and his face just lit up, you know. And he put a strap on it and he started playing it and everything. His dad hooked up and their pedals. This is what blew my mind. So when you go in their house, their pedals are set up like on a shelf, like you would see at a Guitar Center. Oh. You know, in a display case. They don't have a display case, but it's set up.
They'll just take down what they need or whatever.
Yeah, it's on a shelf, and they got them separated all nice and like if you were, it's like, damn, are these for sale? You know, the way they're set up. They have all the boxes that go with it and everything. And I was like, man, and it's really nice. And so it was really cool. So Dylan was playing, and Lenny and I were talking, and Lenny said, well, let me show you this guitar. He went and pulled a couple of Gibson Les Pauls from the back. Uh-huh. He said, I want to hear you play through this one. And I was like, uh-oh. Because I wasn't, you know.
You didn't come over there to show off.
And it's not my setup. It's not my rig. So when you're playing through something different, it's kind of, it's just kind of awkward because I'm like, well, I don't play Les Pauls, but I want to play something with humbuckers in it. So... And they were playing through a Fender Twin Reverb, which is and they have an original, I think it's a 63, and it was what Stevie Ray played through. And it has 4 10-inch speakers in it. Very nice. But those amps are really clean, you know, so, and I was like, I need something with some gain on it. So
grab a pedal.
They grabbed it. I said, can I use that Boss Overdrive? And they said, yeah. And they brought it over and with a wad. So I just tinkered around with a few guitars that Lenny was kind enough to let me try out. One was a very nice Flying V. It was an original made in USA. It was 2005 or something. It was nice, man. And here's what's funny, but I can respect this. I highly respect this because I'm the same way with my stuff. But this is what Dylan would do. Like his dad say, I want you to try this guitar. And before I put the guitar on, I had a hoodie on with a zipper. And I already know, well, you need to take that off. You want no metal hitting the guitar whatsoever. So I looked at Dylan. I said, well, hang on, let me take this hoodie off. He goes, those keys and that wallet with that chain, that's got to come off. That's what he said.
Those keys, face, got to go.
That's what he said. That stuff has got to go. And I said, yes, sir.
That's cool, buddy. Yeah.
I said, I'm promise you, man, I'm going to remove it because I don't want to scratch up your guitars.
That's great.
And then when I went to play, and I went to take it off, he was like, whoa. He was like right there, like, wait, like he was ready in case something. But I was glad to see that because he's protective over his instruments. And you don't see somebody his age that's like that.
He respects it. He takes it seriously.
Yes, he's highly respectful and protective of his. And I thought that was great.
Yes,
because I mean, it was just, and the main thing that really was awesome to me was how much his dad supports Dylan.
Well, just by what you told me, it has to be that way. You said the house is just filled with, guitars,
oh my gosh,
amps,
man. And it's just, and I was like, now this is a incredible father that's doing this for his son. That's, I mean, he's taking him to the music guitar shop that we've been to. And they say, hey, man, he goes, and he said, I appreciate y'all showing the prices on the guitars. That's what he said.
Well, yeah, said, if you don't, it's kind of, how do you
it's
know?
It's kind of pointless.
First, does the guitar look like something you go up to it because of the color, the shape, whatever. And then you look at the price, before you go in. Sometimes it gets to a point, that's too high. I'll just move on, Well, the price is good. I like the guitar. Well, let's play it,
Right. But that's what happened yesterday. And I need to move down some here. I haven't been able to check this chat, but
so they bought that Buddy guy.
They did, yeah. I sold it to them because, and I've only had that guitar. Got it over the summer or toward the end of summer or whatever when we went.
Yeah.
And I told them, I said, when I got that guitar, I think I played it twice, and I put it in the case because that was my intention, was to leave it in the case because those guitars are rare. Mm-hmm. they're very, very rare. And he was, his dad was very satisfied with the agreement or deal that we worked out, and Dylan was really happy. He couldn't stop playing it. He just, sitting playing the whole time, and
went to a good home.
It did. It did, and it went to a young man that loves to play and respects his instruments, and I felt, if I didn't feel that, I was like, oh, this is not going to work, I would have left.
Right.
I would have left. That's why I didn't bring the guitar with me to begin with. I left it in the truck because I wanted to see what type of environment this guitar was going to be in.
Sure, yeah.
And I was like, nah, man, if there's going to be, this, I would have made something up. Well, I got to go. Sorry, but
I'm glad.
See, Dylan, I'm protective over my stuff too, so.
Yeah.
And that's the way you should be. But that was what happened yesterday, and I was very thankful to Lenny and Dylan. Thank y'all very much for allowing me to come in your home and jam and just have a great visit. And they were very, very welcoming. They were
good.
Yeah, they were very welcoming. It was great. Yeah, it is a good story. Scott says, yeah, it was good, man. And I was happy for Dylan too.
I like, somebody so young take it so seriously. That's great. That is fan. He's gonna go somewhere.
Oh yeah, he will. Wolf Boy says, "Good evening, guys. PRS, yes sir." Yeah, I had to jump ahead in the chat a little bit. So, yeah, man. Let's see. Jimmy Z, what's up? Hope everybody's doing well. Happy New Year. Yes, Happy New Year to y'all. But yeah, I was glad to see that. I was glad to see that buddy guy go to a new home and it'll be taken care of. That's really good.
My son's named Dylan.
That's right.
Not spelled the same, but it's still Dylan.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Lone Rocker, I'm with Pooh Ninja on the PRS Dragon. The inlays on those guitars are absolutely amazing. PRS has a blog page on their site called Dragons and Vines showing some of them. Oh, okay, thank you.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, Ralph's all about dragons.
Let me write that down.
I thought that Pooh Ninja was pulling my leg or something.
I didn't know either, sure. Man. I wasn't sure.
Because I never heard of it. I was like,
million inlays, I was like, what's he? Okay.
I was like, do what now? But, okay, cool. Skunk says, nothing against PRS, but I couldn't jive with them, and I really wanted to. I'm an Ibanez and Charvel guy. I just don't like the necks on the PRS. I totally understand. Yeah, I understand. Yeah. I was like that in the beginning too, Skunk. I was. And I get it, man. And I love Ibanez and Charvel too. But yeah, I get it, man. Not everybody likes it, and I totally respect that. Powerland, that's a super reverb. Did I say it wrong? Okay. I don't know Fender amps well, as you can tell. Sorry about that if I said the wrong thing. Thank you, though. Roddy's Jam Cave. Hey, man, how are you doing? He goes, hey, Joe and Ralph, how are you guys doing?
Hey, Roddy.
We're doing good, man. Let's see. Lone Rocker says, I'm definitely an Ibanez guy, too. Yeah, I love Ibanez guitars. Yeah.
I was looking at some guitars on Facebook today, and what I've come to realize, Jacksons don't hold their value that well. Depends on if it's a soloist series. If it's the higher tier, they do. But, some of the ones like I have, I found them on Facebook. I mean, Marketplace. I'm like, yeah. It is what it is, but I still like them. But I found that out. I'm like, well.
Yeah, I noticed that a while back. Well, it was probably about a year ago. I noticed that too. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why that is, but yeah. So I still love Jacksons though. They play great. The ones I have were, were mid-tier models, and they played fine to me.
Yeah.
But
just what I noticed.
Ibanez, I've always been an Ibanez fan. Yeah. I got some. Ralph's got some Ibanez guitars too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've been a huge Ibanez fan for years. Scott from New York. I haven't. I've had Ibanez guitars. I personally don't care for them.
Yeah, it's personal preference.
Yeah, that's why they make different brands. Yeah, that's why they make different things, man. Yeah, absolutely. I get it. I promise. Let's see. Jimmy Z. I used to hate PRS. I had one and played a couple of others. That was like 15 plus years ago. Then I picked one up this year and I love it. I bought a second one. Love that one. Lower end SE CE24. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, they're great quality. I mean, for me, I was like, wow, man. So, but let's see. Searching for Tone. Hello. He goes, good evening, gentlemen. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, sir.
Happy New Year.
Nice to see you. Thank you for being here. There's Rod. Hey, Rod. How are you doing? Nice to see you. Let's see. Let me scroll this up. And we got Scott from New York. Ibanez and Jackson guitars are built for shredders, and that I am not. I'm not a shredder neither, man. And I
you are.
No, not on that level. I just, let's see here. Jimmy says one of mine is a transparent red with nice wood grain figuring. The other is a satin model, green turquoise. Oh, okay. Yeah.
What brand are you talking about? One of mine. One of your what?
PRS. He's talking about the PRS. That's Jimmy Z. Yeah.
Gotcha.
This JP. This story time is sponsored by Jack Daniels. Oh.
I thought it was Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah, I thought it was KFC. When did Jack Daniels come into play? Man, nothing like a good shot of Jack and some KFC. I got a headache. I wonder why. All right, let's see. Let's see. Scott from New York. Ralph, do you prefer acoustic or electronic drums?
Good question.
Yeah, that is a good question.
You know, I've had acoustic kits, Joe knows, through the years. And I love my acoustic kits, man. I did crazy stuff. I like hanging my cymbals from the ceiling from chains and stuff. It was cool. And I love those acoustic kits. But the electronic kit is perfect for what we're doing here. You know, I can put up to the DAW, the interface, and record and use headphones. And it just sounds like I'm hitting buckets. It doesn't, you can't really hear, you know, it doesn't sound like drums at all. But, and I noticed, and I hit play pretty hard. I noticed, and I've played this kit extremely hard. And when we go out and about, and there's an acoustic kit, I don't know how to just play. You know, I'm going to hit it like I'm hitting an acoustic kit. You know, I have to get used to it again. So that's about the only. I love both of them. They're just, it's a different skill. I don't know. It's
yeah. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. And the good thing about your E-kit is you have different kits you can choose from.
Right. Like we do
with an acoustic kit, you that's kind of a one-trick pony, right? But the E-kit, you kind of got.
Yeah, exactly.
You can choose from a Alex Van Halen kit or whatever.
Yeah, we did. What did we do? We did a Prince song, and it needed a certain kind of sound that Prince had with the Revolution. You know, that was a certain sound that they had. And you can get all those sounds from here. And if you can't, you can download it. So there's that, you know.
That is cool, yeah. So do you see yourself, this might be a crazy question, do you see yourself down the road possibly upgrading that kit, I mean, to a bigger kit than that, or one that's more higher tier or something? I don't know, more advanced.
Off the table, Joe. Nothing's ever off the table. I don't have any plans at this point. But nothing,
right?
You know,
because that kit's pretty freaking nice, man. It is. That thing. It does everything you want and then some.
Yes, it's perfect. You know.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
And it's a lot of cables, but you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I know a lot of cables. Yeah.
Mic anything, you know.
Yeah, everything's direct, and yeah, that's really cool. Can adjust your volumes. Joe Jennings guitar. Not a huge PRS guy, but I got one of those Zach Myers SEs and love it. Yes. Zach Myers, that's the one I was trying to think of. We were at Cornerstone that time. It was the blue, beautiful blue. It was the Zach Myers model. And those are popular, yes. Those seem to really go over well with a lot of people. Let's see. Who do we have? Mr. Chris Cobb is in the chat. What's up, Chris? Joe and Ralph, it's good to see you guys. Joe, I know you love the custom 24 PRS, but have you ever tried some of the other models? DGT SE, I think, would be up your alley. I have not. I've seen some different ones, kind of a different body shape, and I've seen some that kind of had like a telly vibe or something. Those didn't appeal to me. But the one I got here, this PRS, it's got the Floyd on it. I love it. It's a SE. Got that Floyd on. I love it because I'm a Floyd Rose guy, but for the most part. But I haven't tried the others. The shape has got to get me first, then the color.
Right.
You know, if it looks like a weird shape, I'm like, let's see. But I will keep that in mind. Dang, what the heck happened here? Let's see. Okay, here we go. The chat just went.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, where was I at? Okay, let's see. AJ Brown, Teacher of the Year 2025 out of Texas. Ralph, what model is your orange Jackson on the wall? I have a JS32 in that same color.
Do you? I don't know, man, if it's a JS32. I know it's a neck through body, and it's one of my favorite ones. It plays better. It's a, it wasn't the mid tier. It's a little bit up there, but it's not it's the mid tier, and it plays really good. And I think it's because it's a neck through body. I can tell the difference. It's not bolted onto the back. You know?
Yeah, those neck through, they seem to go pretty smooth, especially when you get to the higher register. It's just, and I've always enjoyed that. Yeah,
that color got me first, and then I had to go play it, and then say, yep, it's coming home with me.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Kevin Newman, he says, did Dylan, the blues rocker that we was just talking about, did he like the V-neck? Yeah, he seemed to like it. Yeah, he started playing Voodoo Child on there and some other Steve Ray Vaughan stuff, so he seemed to enjoy it.
All right.
When I played it, I liked it too. But it's his now. His dad, he's got a good father. His dad hooked him up. Art G goes, I have a PRS CE24 is satin. SE, CE24 SE satin. Got it after a review by Phil McKnight. I'm happy with it. Phil did it to me again. He reviewed a budget price Gretsch with a single humbucker. I ordered one today. All right. New guitar day coming for Art G.
All right, Art.
Hey, that's awesome, man. That's fantastic. Congratulations. That's so cool. NPO, Happy New Year, everyone. I'm late, but I still made it. Hey, brother, thank you for being here.
New Year.
I'm glad. that you took the time to join. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Let's see. Jimmy Z, I do the best of both worlds. I built my Alesis E-kit into a Tama Silver Star shell pack. It's gorgeous. It looks hot. But I can play it at lower volume levels. But it looks rock and roll. Yeah, baby, there you go.
As long as it looks rock and roll, that's all that matters.
Yeah, you got to get the look down first. Yeah, and worry about playing it later. Yeah, absolutely. This is a great thing here. I meant to thank you, NPO, for saying this because I was like, I've seen this all over social media. Ralph, have you seen this?
No.
Alex Van Halen is doing an album with Steve Lukather, doing some unfinished Eddie songs.
Interesting.
So I've heard about this back in the summer, and it was kind of rumblings, if you will. You don't know what to believe was social media. You take it with a grain of salt. I don't. Of course, I don't know. I have no idea, but I don't know. Again, I don't have any proof, but the last I seen Alex Van Halen, he did like this. He released a book, and then he did this speaking engagement somewhere, and he was on the stage, and he come out and You didn't see this until you saw somebody post some shorts on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't see it on the actual, when he gave his interview on stage from a lady that was interviewing about his book. And when the interview starts from the company who did it, he's already sitting in the chair. But some people filmed him walking across the stage.
Mm-hmm.
He could barely walk, man.
Really?
He was barely moving. He had a big cane, and he's walking like this. He can barely walk. And I was like,
back issues, you think?
I think he's got, I'm guessing he's got hip issues and back issues and just all kind of issues like that. And I was like, there's no way, I don't think, I'm assuming, allegedly, I was like, how can he play drums now? I just don't see him being able to do that. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I have back issues, but I still manage to play. It's different. I think he'd still be fine playing, man. Walking is different than sitting in the chair, and I think he could still do it, man. I think so.
Even with having to do the double bass, wouldn't that mess with your joints on your hips or no? Or
I don't know, man. It's just it's muscle memory to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I hope he can play. I mean, he's always been my favorite drummer. I
know Steve Lukather is incredible. It's interesting he chose him.
I think the reason why Alex chose to do this project with Steve is because Steve Lukather and Eddie were really tight.
Okay,
they were really tight.
There's a relationship there.
Oh yeah, they have a lot of history. And Alex, I think he trusts Steve enough because this is whatever they're doing, whether they're just discussing Steve doing some guitar on a track and Alex just supervising it, or whatever the case is, it's a big deal for Alex to do this, to do anything musical like this at all, because he hasn't done, as far as we know, he hasn't done anything. The only thing that I remember him doing when he released his book, he released a track that him and Eddie did. I don't even think it had bass guitar on it. He released that when his book came out, his audio book and his hardback. And that was it. You didn't hear nothing else. So I'm curious to see what all's going to happen here, because it's Alex is, as far as that goes, him and Wolf are the only ones left that can really allow us into that world. Mm-hmm. They have access to things that nobody, even Sammy or Michael, don't have. So we just have to wait and see what happens with that. But that's a great thing. Let's see. Wolf Boy says, I broke down and got one of the S2 special reclaimed wood LTD. You love it. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. That's fantastic. Let's see. Scott from New York. Joe, do you like using the split coil tap? Yes, on the PRS I do, on doing certain things with a clean tone. I find that very helpful. Yeah. Yes. What's crazy is I never used that function or feature before on other guitars. I was like, what is that? I don't need that. But now, since I'm trying to write more songs, and it's a nice feature to have. Yes. Yes. Let's see. Jimmy Z says, hopefully, the Alex Van Halen / Luke thing happens. I don't know. We've heard so much, but I sure hope they actually do it. It would be awesome. Yeah, I'm curious to see what's going to come from that.
How old is Alex Van Halen? Do you know?
Let's see. He was, let's see.
He was older than Eddie, right?
Yeah, I think he was, I don't know. Let's see, 3 years older than Eddie? He's like 3 or 4 years older than Eddie. And Eddie was, when Eddie passed, he was 65. That was in 2020. So if Eddie was still living now, this year, he would be, he'd be 70 now. Mm-hmm. And so I guess Alex is about 73, 74, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. Could be wrong. Don't hold me to that number, but I do know he was older than Eddie.
I don't know what it has to do with anything. I was just wondering.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just, but I would like to see what comes of that.
I
Hopefully
would too,
something.
man. If they had some unfinished music, that'd be interesting to hear, don't you think?
Oh God, yeah. And if, and I know Luke, I've heard Luke say this in an interview. He said, even if he were to play something or whatever, he said, I wouldn't, it might be just one little single note here and there. Now that might have changed since now, but he said, I wouldn't dare mess with that, legacy.
Right.
And Luke, yeah, I don't see Steve Lukather doing anything. He's a good dude, man. Talk like I know him. I don't, but all the interviews I've seen, he seems really down to earth. Scott from New York, I'm sorry, but I think Eddie Van Halen's vault should be untouched. If you wanted any of that music to be released, he would have released it when he was alive. Well, yeah, I mean,
there's two sides to that one.
There's two sides of that. There's, I know that Wolfgang has kind of said that all the good stuff has been released, and a lot of the other stuff is in that studio, which are takes that Eddie just wasn't happy with, and they're just still on tape in the studio. But the flip side of that, in my opinion, is that him and his brother worked on a lot of songs.
Sure.
That didn't make it to the light of day, and they thought, yeah, this is good, and they might have just forgot about them, and they said, oh, well, and they got busy with something else. Those songs still might be great, but somehow or another, they either got
shelved
or voted down. Because when it's a band, it's supposed to be a vote, and you have so many songs, and everybody votes. Okay, what do you think about this? Yeah, let's put it on the album. All right, what do you think about no? So those songs that got pushed or shelved, like Ralph said. But there still might be.
I like to hear them. That's my opinion. I like to hear it.
I would, because it'd be something different. It's kind of like Prince. Look at all the music he had in his vault.
If Ozzy has some unfinished music, I want to hear it.
I mean, Prince had enough material to have an album. For every year for like the next 20 years or something. It was
yes.
It was crazy.
Incredible. Yes.
He was a recordaholic, man, if that's such a word. And I was like, damn. So, and they released one of his albums after he passed. It was a few years, wasn't it? It was like something America or something. I can't remember, but let's see. Let's move on. Frank C., he says, Ralph, check out the season finale of Metal Sticks featuring Alex Van Halen talking drums. It's pretty cool.
Metal Sticks. Where do you see? Where is that on?
Yeah, Frank, do you know what is that on YouTube or is that?
YouTube, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Metal Sticks.
Frank C says no, it's on Disney. No, I'm just kidding. Can I watch Metal Sticks, Mom? No.
It's on Hulu, Mary.
Can I have some Jack and KFC? Yeah. All right. I think. NPL says I think his brother would know better than anyone. About yeah, like I said, that's something that can go a couple of different ways. Scott from South Carolina, my Jimmy Vaughn Strat has the V-neck also. It might be the same as the Buddy Guy Strat. Probably so.
I always thought that polka dot would look really good next to the checkered over here.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And they have the polka dot Jackson. Remember when I sent you that picture?
Oh yeah.
It was sharp. I was like, oh
yeah.
I was like, I can see having that. Oh God, I need to be quiet. All right.
Right on.
AJ Brown. What does everyone think of? Okay, we just talked about that. Yep. Okay, about Alex Van Halen, Steve Lukather. Yeah. Let's see. Let me go to this. Mr. Burton, what's up? Happy New Year. Spent the last hour listening to 60s music. Okay, there you go. Nothing wrong with that.
Nope. Right on.
Right on. Let's see. Let me go down here. Roy, is that Gaber? We have no say in this matter. If Alex sees fit to release it, then It will be so. So will be it.
I agree with that comment. You know, he knows Eddie better than anybody. If he wouldn't do anything to disrespect Eddie or go against his wishes, you know, I think they're pretty tight. If he felt like Eddie wouldn't want those released, he wouldn't do it. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's his brother. I mean,
like then again, like I know him.
Well, you know, I'm just saying. I'm just speaking from my personal opinion. I mean, I think it's cool that Alex is doing that in memory of his brother. I think it's nice that he's wanting to share that with the fans because the fans have that chapter is pretty much closed.
Yeah, and
without Eddie, there's no Van Halen.
Like you said, he needs to go ahead and do it now before he gets worse. Right? He's getting up there.
Yeah, and I don't see. I could be wrong. Things could change on the turn on the dime, as they say. I just don't see Wolf releasing anything. You know, he wants to keep that, and that's his dad's material. I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. You know, but you know, that's a family decision, I guess. You know, but yeah, Scott from New York. If anybody should see over Eddie Van Halen's thing he meant vault, it should be Wolfgang, his son. Yeah, like I said, this is sparking a pretty good debate here with people, and which is great. But people were making their opinions known, which is, hey, that's fine. I think that's fantastic. Let's see. Jimmy Z, getting it done in the studio is different too than having to go out and tour. He'll jack up on some pain meds and rock it. Well, yeah, if
ain't we all done that?
No, I have. Give me some Jack and KFC, I'm good to go.
You're not gonna let that one go.
I need to let that go. I know it's stupid. Scott from South Carolina. Alex Van Halen revealed that he suffered a bad spinal injury a few years ago and was struggling to walk and couldn't play drums.
Spine. I didn't know it was spinal. Really.
I didn't either. He started to play again and is walking with a limp. Well, thank you, Scott, for that information. I did not know that. I'm glad he's playing. That's awesome because I couldn't imagine not be able to address my art. I couldn't imagine. Oh, my God. Oh, man. That's sad. Let's see. JP Stella says, most drummers have back problems after playing many years. Look at Phil Collins. He's walking with a... But yeah, he's in bad shape. He's in bad... I saw an interview. Actually, his son interviewed him. I saw it on YouTube a few weeks ago, and I was like, oh, my God, that's Phil Collins? And, yeah, it's kind of sad, man. I was like, damn.
Yep, I know.
He can't play no more. And I was like, oh, Lord. Let's see. All right, I'll let y'all continue that. Alex is 72 or 73, I think. Okay. All right. Let's see. Rod says, I've been seeing comments being held that shouldn't be what's up. I have no idea.
Been really picky with the wording. It's ridiculous.
Do what now?
Getting picky with the wording, the comments being held. Like I see, there was one earlier. It was, I said boot barn. Well, somebody put booty barn. And it was held.
That's YouTube that does that.
Wow,
yeah.
Boot. I mean, really?
Yeah, that's YouTube. Yeah, Rod, that's YouTube. If something's being held, that's YouTube doing that. Yeah, that's the algorithm. Because I'm not holding any comments. I try to read them all.
That's not an option we have.
Yeah, that's YouTube doing that. Yeah, if they see or the algorithm feels it's kind of in a weird way, they'll hold that. Yeah. Yeah, I have no control over that whatsoever. But which is kind of odd. Jimmy Z, I mean, for me, even if it weren't Van Halen or not Edward stuff, I'd still love to hear Luke write some stuff and Al and him inspire each other. I think it would be cool.
It would be great, yeah. Even if they weren't doing Van Halen music, just do their own. It would be fantastic.
Oh, yeah, that would be awesome, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Whatever.
We got Paulie. What's going on? How are you doing, man? He goes, "Hey Joe, are you PRS endorsed now?" No, no, man. I'm not endorsed by nobody. I just started playing PRS guitars this past year, and and I really enjoy them. And I was just talking about how much I enjoy the quality that PRS has now, or that I've discovered as of lately. Yeah, really cool for me. Let's see. Let's see. Scott from New York. Let me see here.
Read it.
From what I read, this does go through. They just want to take the material and have Steve look at their record in the studio. He's not doing any guitar work. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't looked into it, but yeah, it's like Ralph said. If they were to do a album together, I think that would be awesome. Let's see here. Kevin Newman, Paulie, he's got me getting one. Yeah, Kevin, you got a New Year's Eve night. I think he went to order a PRS. I think he did. Wow. When I was doing the stream, yeah, he said he was. There was a certain, I can't remember what kind it was. Kevin, you have to forgive me, but he ordered one. So I'm sure that'll be coming really soon. It'll be new guitar day for Kevin, just around the corner. Yeah. Rhodey said that is it maybe a money grab like other families have done with a deceased artist? There ain't no telling.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I can't. I can give my opinion, but I don't know for sure. I just don't see royalties coming in like they did back in the 80s and 90s from album sales and stuff. Everything's streaming now, but man, for anybody to make any decent money on streaming, they have to have so many streams. It's ridiculous, man. But I mean, I don't know. I'm sure Eddie. I'm sure Eddie gave a piece of EVH, the company, to his brother, so he could have some income for the rest of his life. I would imagine. Alex has sold all of his drums.
I saw that.
I know he got rid of some of them, but I didn't know if he sold all of them. Man.
Wow.
I remember the sets that he sold were the sets that he used when he was playing with Sammy. I paid attention to that.
Awesome sets.
They were fantastic, and I was like, isn't that kind of throw a flag? Like, you selling all these kits that you jam with Sammy and all these other ones? Did you keep? I don't know.
What's he trying to say?
Kind of wash his hands of the Sammy era altogether is what it tells me. But that's one of the best eras, I think.
What's the best era? I didn't want to say it.
I mean, those songs are incredible with Sammy, man. I was like, damn. I mean, Dave and the Sammy era, that's two different eras. And it's just, but yeah, there's a bunch of songs with Dave I love, but there's a whole bunch I love with Sammy. I love that.
Yeah, Sammy brought out something different than Eddie, He
brought out something different in that whole band. And it's called songwriting. And it just, a different level. It was just, I saw him live twice with Sammy. I was like, God almighty. Great show, great energy. Scott from New York, he says, I'm sorry, Van Halen fans put the best material within the past, and it ain't nothing new that is never going to be as good as we heard with the all-time great Eddie Van Halen. Let's see. Jimmy Z, he said, I respect everyone's opinion, of course, at least in this room with these fellas, but I agree with AJ, Alex rocked the entire planet with his brother for 55 years. It's his call, and it's his band, too.
Right on.
Whatever, Alex, whatever they want to do, man. Let's see. Scott from South Carolina, Alex ruptured 3 vertebrae in his neck. Mm. Ooh. I do remember hearing that part in his audiobook where he had the vertebrae that were ruptured. He was on painkillers for a long time. And he would go on tour popping those pills, and it took him a long time to get off of that. And I was like, ooh, man. Let's see. Frank C. He chimes in, Wolfgang might own the 5150 Vault, but Alex controls it and will do with it what his uncle wants. Yeah, I have no idea when it gets down to that stuff like that.
Family matters, yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea. I find it interesting, though. I'm glad that Wolfie still records there at 5150. Because if he wasn't recording there, that thing would be collecting dust, I would imagine.
Right.
And I do know Wolf said they had to replace a lot of the stuff in the control room.
I was going to say to upgrade, you have to upgrade times.
Yeah. Yeah, he said there was a lot of things in there. I saw an interview, I think it was with Rick Beato. He said a lot of that stuff it was just old and outdated, and it wouldn't run anymore. So they had to upgrade a lot of stuff and to get it, to where it needed to be for recording. And I'm just glad that he's recording there. I was like, man, that's so cool. JP Stella, Sammy saved Van Halen's career to keep going from Dave. I love both eras. I do too, yeah.
Can you imagine them picking somebody else besides Sammy? I can't even.
Well, they like the third era with Gary Sharon.
We don't talk about that one.
Yeah, I don't consider that a VH era, even though technically it is. But to me,
it's perfect for extreme. But with Van Halen, that didn't.
It did not work.
No, it did not.
It did not work. And when that album came out, I wasn't excited. I was like, what are they doing? This is the third lead singer. What are they doing? And I heard those songs, and I thought, man, you got to be kidding me. I couldn't. I was like, nope. Got to be like the worst album I've ever heard in my life. I was like,
but you're not going to play any of those songs.
No, I won't.
You can't even name one, can you?
Fire in the Hole. I can name that. Right. And then the other one's called Without You. That was, the chorus was good in that song, but that was the only thing good about it. And then in those videos, Eddie wearing that weird jester hat with all the thing and the bells. And I was like, what are you doing, man? But he was effed up. That was when he's hitting that dark period in his life. I was like, oh, man.
You ever see some of those clips of him playing messed up, drunk, or high or whatever?
Yeah, that was sad. That was sad, yeah. It was sad. Yeah, when they did was it the 04 reunion tour with Sammy? And Sammy talks about that a lot in his book, Red, My Uncensored Life in Rock. He talks about that a lot. And I think now Sammy wishes he could take some of that back or didn't release a lot of that information because it was something to listen to. And Eddie was in a bad place at that time, but thankfully he came out of that and he got well. But he was just in a dark place. His divorce from Valerie was finalized. That was done, and he just it was hard. But I'm glad he came out of it. Bree says, still waiting for the EVH tribute show. That's something that I'm surprised that has not developed at all. No tribute show at all for Eddie. What? Why? Who's holding that up? Why is that? I think there was some talk about it earlier in the year. I say earlier in the year, last year, 2025. And I think Dave had something to do with messing that up or something. I want to say. And I was like, oh my God. But Sammy went out and did his own stuff over last summer and built a Sammy Hagar. And he did all the Sammy era stuff with Satriani, and
I mean, it's kind of a tribute, right?
Yeah, I mean, but I would love to see an actual EVH tribute show. I would love to see that. Something that's for, remembering Eddie and maybe playing some old clips of Eddie in between songs or something on a Jumbotron or some old interview, just if it's just for 30 seconds, something. And I would love to see that. But I don't know. Guess they're ever going to do that. Richard Hole, hey man, he goes, hey guys, happy New Year's. Let's see, Joe hits the cipher button. No, I didn't. Recording a song for an album with your dad and brother had to be a peak for Alex. Yeah, I didn't. No, I don't hit nothing on this side. I didn't know comments were being held. I can't see that over here because I'm using EvMux. I'm not. I'm going through EvMux to get to YouTube, so I can't see that. ALS guitar, yeah, we can argue about it, what we want, all we want. But the facts are, if they release anything from Eddie's vault, we are all going to listen.
Listen, yes.
Yeah, that's a good point.
No matter what it is, we're all going to listen.
Oh, I didn't know that. Alter Bridge recorded in the 5150 studio. Is that because Wolfie played bass for him? Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. I didn't know they recorded there. That's all right there. Let's see. Scott from New York. I always don't like when someone says the Hagar era was the ballads. Well, they had some great ballads, but they had some other great songs too. But
what is ballads?
Yeah, that's what Scott's saying. That's what he's saying. It's not just about ballads. There were some great songs, in my opinion. Let's see. JP Stella says that, the songs were real long on Van Halen 3 with Gary Sharon. Yeah, they were just, I was like, what is going on here? And you know who produced that album, Ralph? This is what blew my mind. Usually you have Ted Templeman producing Van Halen material, but they had this famous song hitmaker from the 80s TV shows, Mike Post. He produced Van Halen 3.
TV show? What?
You know, Mike Post, composer Mike Post, he made like Magnum P.I. theme song, Hill Street Blues. He composed so many theme songs from the 80s TV shows that he produced Van Halen 3. And I was like, what is going on there?
How does that fit together, right?
I don't understand. Yeah, how does that connect? I was like, what were y'all smoking with that? But I don't know. Let's see. Jimmy Z actually liked the VH3, but for me, it wasn't even close to all the other one from both eras. But it was still Van Halen. I love both eras, Dave and Sammy. But the Sammy era is number one for me as well. Yeah, like I said, I love those eras. User Kid, what's up? The worst thing about Van Halen 3 was that Extreme wasn't together. The world needs Extreme. I agree.
Extreme.
I agree. I love Extreme, man. Yeah. I remember when seeing an interview with Nuno and said that Gary Sharon went to Nuno and talked to him about it, and Nuno said, dude, you should do it. It's Van Halen. So with, I guess, Nuno's, blessing, not that he needed that, but, whatever. But
that final Ozzy show, Nuno played a lot of the music up there because they said nobody else would step up. They didn't want to play those classic tunes right there, and some of them were Randy Rhoads and Ozzy together, and that's what I heard. I don't know if that's true or not, but Nuno did an incredible job.
And Nuno's a badass guitarist, man.
It's great.
Not only is he an Eddie Van Halen fan, but he's just an amazing musician all the way around. Yeah, he's incredible. Jimmy Z, Mitch Malloy would have been killer in the next iteration of Van Halen. I wanted Sammy back, but if that couldn't happen, I would have loved to have seen them with Mitch. Yeah, he was slated to be the next singer. Did you know that, Ralph?
Who's Malloy?
Okay, Mitch Malloy was a great vocalist that was really unknown to me at that time, but he had already went to the studio, sang some songs with the band, and tried out and all that. And Eddie come out and told him, congratulations, you got the job. And then the next day is when Van Halen came out on the MTV Awards show, and Dave walked out on the stage with him. And remember that big deal?
Yes.
And then Dave was too busy shaking his hips and doing that zip up all that stuff, and it pissed Eddie off because they were somebody was getting an award. Who was that? Anyway, somebody was getting an award, and Dave was in the background shaking his hips, and Eddie got mad, and him and Dave got in an argument, and people were thinking, "Oh, Van Halen's back with Dave," and all this stuff happened, and then the thing with Mitch Malloy kind of fizzled out. So Mitch didn't even get a chance to cut a song with him.
He just hired gun like a singer, or was he from another
He was
band?
going to be the next singer, and then that stuff with Van Halen happened on the MTV Awards show, and it just Mitch said, from what I remember, Mitch Malloy, there's a video on YouTube where he talks about it. So I'm paraphrasing here. He kind of says, man, I couldn't compete with that. If Dave's with them again, he goes, man, I can't.
Dave needs to quit singing. Him and Vince Neil. Holy cow.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of those bands that I've seen.
How do they not hear it? How do they not hear it themselves? You know,
man, they hear it. They want that money, and they can't turn away from the stage.
Yeah.
And if they don't do that, then they'll be forgotten, I guess.
Well, if they keep it up, it's going to tarnish what they've built. You know,
I agree. Yeah, I agree. There's a bunch of those vocalists that should have hung it up years ago, and I'm like, what are they doing? So it's kind of embarrassing, really. I mean, when you see him doing, I'm like, what is he saying? You know, and like, but
it's talking about a milk sandwich.
What? Hey, Humpy. But yeah, I don't know. Let's see. User Kid says Sammy let Mike sing a few Dave era tunes on his tour. Yeah, Mike's a great singer. Michael Anthony, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, his harmonies kind of define some of the Van Halen songs.
Yeah. With those harmonies of Mike, it wouldn't be the same without those, yeah. Bloody Soup says, I don't think David Lee Roth wanted anything to do with synthesizers or the keyboards. Maybe that's why he left. Could be. Again, I'm just an outsider giving an opinion, but I think Dave's ego got bigger than anything else. And I think he thought he could just do his own thing without Van Halen, and he did for a split second. And then that star faded quick.
Yeah.
And he did for a second, and then it just was gone. But in Dave's mind, he's still that big star, and I'm like, dude, that's
yeah, he's David Lee Roth. It doesn't matter what I'm David Lee Roth. I won't sing like garbage. Yeah.
Yeah, it's I think Dave just don't know when to hang it up. Let's see. AJ Brown, he says, per the EVH Memorial Show, I think that's a Van Halen family issue. There was so much craziness amongst the brothers. I have a feeling that's why we haven't seen anything. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just shocked that, I mean, it's Eddie Van Halen. One of the, you have a couple of guitarists in history that changed things. And that was Hendrix, Eddie, of course, Randy Rhoads. Dimebag Darrell. But Eddie was one of the key ones. He started doing things that, when Van Halen, the first album came out, that blew everybody's mind back then. It still blows people away today that are just discovering that for the first time. That was groundbreaking, and that was in 1978. So while there hasn't been a tribute show for him, I've always been disappointed I'm like, really? Come on, man.
Should we do a tribute show, Joe?
Yeah, let's do one. Let's put one together and just...
What are we doing?
Let's do it, yeah. Let's see. We'll do our own, yeah. Scott from New York. Yeah, but you know what David Lee Roth didn't want to do anything with keyboards, but go back to the album. What Eddie did in Cradle Will Rock is keyboard into a Marshall. Yeah, that's true. It is.
Why was he so anti-keyboard?
He just was. I don't know. He didn't want. I don't know. He. I guess he thought keyboards were more like a
rock and roll.
Sound didn't fit what they were doing and sounded more like really wussified or something. I don't know. But when Jump came out, that should have made him think, well, I was wrong there.
Iconic keyboard parts. Yeah.
I mean, that was a huge song. Whether I like it or you like it or we don't, it don't matter.
You can name that song from the first note from that keyboard song. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's that memorable, and it made that much of an impact. It's wild. Scott from South Carolina, Mike Post, he wrote the Rockford Files theme song. Yes, and many others. Yeah, which is a cool little theme song. I remember that theme song when I was a kid, and it was really catchy for its time. Let's see. Whoops. Scott from New York. Eddie Van Halen played bass guitar on the Eagles Fly Sammy Hagar's solo album. Yeah, that album was called I Never Said Goodbye. Yep. Yeah. Eddie played bass on that whole album because Sammy owed Geffen one more album so he could get out of that deal and record for Warner Brothers with Van Halen as a member of Van Halen. And so David Geffen said, well, you owe me one more album. So Sammy had to get together real quick and get some songs together. And Eddie, he was scared that Eddie was going to, get into his routine of getting smashed and effed up really bad. So he put Eddie with him playing bass in the studio so Eddie would have something to do and not be bored. Because Eddie and Alex, they wanted to tour all the time.
Right.
They didn't want to stay home. They wanted to tour all the time. And Sammy was like, dude, I need to take a break. So
how did that album turn out? Was it good?
Yeah, that had Give to Live on it, had Eagles Fly. It was a huge album for Sammy. Yeah, it was. Those two hits were huge. But it's pretty wild knowing that Eddie played bass on it. And it's great. It's a great album. Yeah, I love that album.
He owed them one more album. I figured he might have phoned it in on this one. I'll show them songs or something.
No, it was when I guess after they did the 5150, because Sammy had his hair was still kind of short then. And then around 0812, Sammy let his hair grow out. And that was around that time period. So that would have been 88, maybe, is when they did that I Never Said Goodbye album. Got it recorded and all. I love that album. When that album first came out, it didn't have a title. And they had a contest on MTV. Who wants to, name Sammy's album? And this girl sent in a postcard, said I Never Said Goodbye, and they picked that title, and they brought her to meet the band or whatever, and it's a big contest. Stuff they don't do anymore nowadays. Let's see, Mitch, I'm assuming that's Mitch Malloy, maybe? Did a VH tribute show with Pete Thorne playing guitar. So I guess we're too late, Ralph.
We're too late. All
right. Beck was the one being awarded, and Dave was mocking him in the background. Yes. Thank you, Beck. That's who it was. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Did Dave have children?
I don't think so. Let's see. Pete Thorne is amazing, Scott. He's incredible. He's so good, he'll make you jealous, man. You ever seen guitar players like that? Yeah. They're just so good, and I'm like, I ain't watching that. Because they're just so good, and I'm like, dang, I'll never be on that level.
I always think that.
Oh, man. User Kid, Dave's singing is terrible, but I love the Dave Lee Roth albums. Dave had some amazing musicians play with him. In Dave's prime, yes, he was. I loved his scream and his whatever you call it, his howls or whatever. They were awesome. But one of the big fallbacks for Dave was he never quit smoking, and that ruined his voice. can't smoke if you're a singer. You know, but Paul Lou goes, hey guys. Hey Paul, how are you doing?
Hey, Paul.
It's good to see you, man. Musical companion. Dave Mustaine seemed to know it's time to call it quits. Thoughts? That's good. I'm not a Megadeth fan, but I respect an artist that says it's time to call it quits. And that's like Aerosmith did that too. And I think Dave Mustaine, didn't he have a bout with some kind of throat cancer or something like a couple of years ago?
I don't know much about Dave.
I don't either. I just remember hearing some about that in social media or something.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's see. Skyscraper was a keyboard album for the most part. This is true. It was just Dave thought he was bigger than Van Halen. That's what I've always felt. Yeah. I've always felt that. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see here. We got Dark Horse. What's up? Hey, man. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing all right, man. Thank you for being here. It's Mr. Curtis. When Sammy did his song at the Van Halen show in Nashville last year, I must have got a contact because I was feeling pretty good for the next 4 songs.
A lot of smoking going on.
Yeah, he's Sammy is phenomenal, man. I think. Sweet PRS guitars, Dark Horse says. Thank you, man. Yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Mr. Curtis, let's see. Yeah, it wasn't really a Van Halen show, but I didn't feel like retyping all that for the 5th time. Okay. Yeah, that was a lot of, man, you talk about people split down the middle with Sammy going on tour last summer, and people like, man, they're giving Sammy so much hate. And I was like, what are you doing?
I know.
He was in Van Halen.
He had
wrote
rights to singing those songs just as well. I know.
I mean, golly, man, y'all have got to be more open-minded than that. I was like, dang. Oh, I agree, Kevin Newman. Yeah, I think they did Michael Anthony wrong. They did do Michael Anthony wrong back in, especially the '84 tour. I didn't know this till a lot later, but they reduced Michael Anthony's percentage so low. He wasn't hardly making nothing, but he stuck.
Why?
But because they were just being a-holes toward him. I don't know why. I guess, and he was Michael Anthony. From the interviews I've seen and stuff through the years and listened to, he's always been a huge supporter of Van Halen. He was always, he never put him down or nothing. I don't know, but they did him wrong. Let's see. C. Pruitt. Hey guys. Hey, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. All right, we'll get in a couple more and we'll do a show in Ralph Jam, or it's a Ralph Jam, I think, tonight. Let's see here. Usually, kid, when you tell the world EVH played bass on your album, everybody buys your album. Smart move by Sammy. Yeah. Did you know that, Ralph, that he played bass on Sammy's album?
It makes me want to hear it. I want to hear it.
Yeah, those songs were huge in the late 80s, yeah. Derek Miracle, are you a PRS artist now? No. I just enjoy playing these guitars, and I played so many different guitars through the years, and I started to buy these last year, and I kind of gravitated to them more and more. So I've kind of moved to PRS here for a go. And when you're a guitar player, you'll go to different guitars,
Yeah, and going to so many stores and seeing them firsthand, over and over. You're like, well, maybe there's something to these. Let's check these out. I mean, I've seen so many brands we've never tried. There's so many brands we need to try that we might like too. I don't know.
Yes. Yeah, and it was. I was just really satisfied with these PRS SEs, and I said, "No, I'm gonna try a couple of these," and one came into 2, and the 2 came into 3, and I was like, "All right, the 4 should be it." And but and the colors, I love the colors. The colors are nice. They have their own characteristics, I guess. Is that right? Rudy Sargoza Music. Hello. What is your favorite Van Halen album besides the first one? Ralph, you have a favorite?
What, favorite Van Halen album? No, I don't have a favorite. No, I have favorite songs. I don't think I have a whole favorite album.
Mine would be 5150. That's my favorite. I love that. Was the first Van Halen album that I bought after. It was when you and I went to the. Before you moved away, you and I rode with Jeff Griffith. He came to your house and picked us up, and we went to the talent show at Olympic. And I remember we were riding his little car. He had like this little Toyota or something.
It was a Toyota Corolla.
Yes. And I was in the back seat, the back right passenger seat. You were up front with Jeff, and what was the album he had in there? It was Mean Streets. He had that cassette album in there, and the intro for Mean Street came on with that tapping kind of crazy stuff. And I remember you looked at Jeff and you said, "That's Van Halen, ain't it?" And I'm in the back. I'm like, "Who?" I was like, "I didn't know that was Van Halen." And we went to the talent show, and then later that year, I got 5150, and that was the first album with Sammy, ironically enough. So that was in '86. Yeah. And I said, "Oh my God."
How many times did we watch that live without a net concert? Holy cow. On VHS.
Oh, Lord.
Over and over.
Hundreds of times.
It was just mind-blowing. I mean, we're teenagers.
We would watch that. We'd sit there and just watch it. He'd come over the next day. "You want to watch that again?" I was like, "Yeah, I got it on tape." We watch it again. Yeah. Watch it over and over. Scott from New York, my 2 favorite Sammy era VH songs are 5150 and Black and Blue. Good songs, man. Good song.
I've always liked Summer Nights.
Yeah, Summer Nights is great. Yeah. Let's see. I'll hit these couple of comments real quick. AJ Brown, Michael Anthony was the best thing that ever happened to Van Halen. He was the only one who kept his head on the straight and narrow and just made music. I agree. Let's see. Derek Miracle, did you sell your Wolfgangs? There was a PV Wolfgang, yes, that I traded. Yes, I did. I have one PV Wolfgang left, and I have a EVH Wolfgang Standard left. All the other ones are gone. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And all right, let's see here. Let's get to this jam. See what we got going on. Let me share screen, and we'll hit share. I'll go to this. Is there anything, Ralph? Let me make sure. Let me go back over here and make sure I present. Add to scene. There we go. And spotlight. There we go. Is there anything you want to talk about here, sir?
Yeah, this guitar here, nobody's seen this guitar that I'm going to play. It's never been on this wall behind me. I don't think it's ever been seen on our show. So it's a new guitar nobody's seen.
Oh, okay. All right, let me expand this to full screen, and y'all enjoy this. We'll be right back in just I guess it's only 1 minute and 38 seconds. Okay, we'll be right back in just a minute. Man, that explosion kind of startled me for a second. Like, boom. Well, that was Train, Drops of Jupiter, wasn't it?
Yeah, man. I'm all over the place with songs that I pick, man, from, from Dio, Ozzy to Train, or I was working on what was I working on? A Warrant song, Lauren Daigle, and she's a Christian singer. So it just, if a song catches my ear, I'm gonna investigate. Can I put all those sounds? Can I mimic this song? So that was one right there. It caught my ear. So let me see if I can do that.
That's cool, man. I see you did. If y'all saw as well, Ralph, he did all the instruments on there. He played keyboard, drums, bass, guitar, everything. And that was a guitar that hasn't been showcased.
Yeah, that headless guitar. Yeah. And it's a cheap, low tier guitar. It's a Leo James.
Yes.
You have one. I think yours is red, white, and blue.
Yes, it's the flag model. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad guitar for what it is. I mean, once you hook effects up to it, and you can make almost any guitar sound good as long as the pickups are decent. And a lot of it comes down to the guitar player. Like you, Joe, you pick up any guitar, it's going to sound good. It just does.
Well, I appreciate that. That's nice, man. But that was cool, dude. I was kind of shocked that you would do a Train song.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Train. I'm not I don't have an album or anything. That song I don't know if I heard it on the radio or a video I watched. I don't know, but I said, you know what? Let me see what I can do.
Hey, that's cool, man. But that's good that you kind of get outside of your comfort zone a little bit. You do something different.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay at a lot of stuff, but I'm not good at any. I'm not fantastic at any of these instruments. I'm okay. So maybe if I'd focus on one, I would be fantastic. Quit trying to do so much. We were watching a show last night and there was a harp on there. So I like to mess around with a harp. Like I got time to mess around with a harp. I'm just instrument related, man. I want to try a violin. I like to try a violin. See if I can get a sound.
Wow.
I think I got a problem.
Lawrence Welk.
I want a triangle.
Louis Linguini. Happy New Year, brother. Hope you and your family had a great one. Thank you, sir. I hope you did as well. Yeah, it was great. Had a good time on here. I didn't do any trivia for this week.
Oh my God, totally forgot, man.
I forgot.
We talked about it earlier in the week too.
I didn't do any trivia questions. I did not. Man.
I didn't think about it either, Joe.
I'm sorry about that.
I mean, I did, but then it went out of my mind, obviously. You were going to do 5. I was going to come up with 5.
I was going, and I just got, like I said, y'all have to understand when I get off from my day and a half off, man, there's so much going on around here that I have to do, and I'm trying to do a show too, and I'm trying to do content for members only. It just never stops. So there's going to be times I'm going to forget, and I apologize. And there will be trivia next week, I promise. How about that? We'll make sure of that. We'll make sure of that. Let's see. Jimmy Z, I looked at the Keo headless on Amazon for a few weeks. Almost pulled the trigger on that trans reddish colored one. I have a badass Harley Benton headless. I dig them. I could not get on with the headless guitars, man. I just couldn't do it.
It is different, man. It's amazing how much shorter it feels just because it doesn't have the headstock on it.
It's
just a headstock, but it feels like it's 2 feet shorter than a regular guitar.
Yeah, it's a mind F to me.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. I'm telling you. So, all right, we can try to play a song or two here.
Will you play "I Wanted You to Hold Me"?
Can I play that? Yeah, I can play that.
Thank you.
And also, I want to play a song for. There's a cool thing I like to talk real quick about this before we get into some live music. Another way that YouTube has reached somebody that I was so shocked. I don't know if they're still watching now. I don't know if they tuned in tonight. I asked them if they could, so it was about 35 years ago was the last time I talked to this individual.
Wow.
and his name's Roger. Really great friend from years and years ago. He was one of the first people to take the time to teach me like power chords and how to do regular like G, C, and D. He was one of the first people to teach me something on guitar. So here I am, like, I don't know, 19 years old or whatever I was, 18, I don't know, whatever it was. And so he's like 10 years older than me. So I'm like, hey, man, can you show me? I'm like that little dog that looks at the big, hey, boss, hey, boss, hey, boss. This is aggravating.
Irritating little dog.
And I said, man, can you show me how you did that and all that? And I remember one of the first things he showed me, a chord progression, was Living After Midnight by Judas Priest. Because he was like, here's what you can do with just power chords. And he showed me that riff.
I'm going over the riff in my head. Yeah, okay.
And I was blown away. And I was like, I didn't know that's how they did that, you know? And so I told you that little bit of backstory to tell you this. So Ralph, the last guitar shop we did was Music Go Round in Rock Hill, right? Mm-hmm. So Roger happened to be watching that video, and he saw you and me on the screen, and he goes, oh my God, I know that guy. And he makes a trip from Charlotte to Rock Hill and talks to Bucky and says, do you have any contact information for Joe? I haven't talked to him in over 30 years. And Bucky texted me, and he said, I have a guy here, and he gave me his name, and he wants to know, here's his number, wants to know if you want to text him. I said, absolutely. So we reconnected, and it's all because of YouTube.
That's crazy,
and this channel, and it was just incredible. Like the story I told you earlier with Dylan and his father, Lenny. And
isn't that crazy how much interaction with people we're having? And it's all in this small South Carolina, area. Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy.
I can imagine if this show got really big, like across the country, how many people are going to show up at
I don't know, man. I'm just, but I was just, I was shocked that was seemed like 1 in a million.
Well, that's great, man.
And I was like, wow, it was nice. I talked to him a couple of times this week, talked to him on the phone, and it was nice to talk to him, and it's been so long. And so I hope he's still watching. I don't know. But I said, man, I sent him a message last night. I said, man, you need to tune in. We go live at 8:30 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, so he probably hasn't seen you play, really.
Exactly.
He's not aware of your this is going to be
right. Yeah, he doesn't. If he's watching, I don't know. But but he said he would try to tune in, and so yeah, it's a long time ago, long time ago. But he's a good dude, man, and so I hope he's watching. I don't know. I don't think he has an account, so I haven't seen him comment. So, but that's really cool. All right, so let me showcase here this camera. We'll try to play a couple of songs, and Ralph wants he made his request, so I'll do that one and maybe one more.
It's the 1987 hit.
Yeah, we'll just.
I don't know. There's something about it. It's just got a good rhythm. It flows good. It's sounds like an 80s song. It's got a lot going for it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good song.
Just said, I'll play it if it'll shut you up.
No. See, this chair will not stop moving. God, this chair gets on my nerves, man. Aggravating.
I think it's the room that's aggravating. Because it's so small. Chair didn't do nothing.
Let's see, man. We got a receiver here.
Hooking up his wireless system. He's going to play the guitar he has not named yet.
Yeah, man. Just had to get stuff together here. This is the new acquisition. This is the...
That's such a good looking color.
I love the color, yeah. See if I can get to turn that light on. There we go. Now you can see a little better.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Let's see.
Do it, brother.
Let's see. We'll even use the old PRS pick. How about that?
All right.
Let me make sure I got everything turned on and we're tuned up. Just
Isn't that crazy? You were just playing it earlier, and
I was just playing it.
just didn't.
Just playing it. And these strings are new too, so they're still stretching.
That's what I like to do with.
Yeah, they're still stretching. So, all right, let's see. Ralph wants that one hit. Let's see if I can find it. If you're listening, here you go.
Living after midnight, rocking to morning, I'm gone, and I'm gone. I'm aiming for you. I'm gonna slow you. My body's coming. All night long. The engine electric is sparking power. Loaded, loaded. I'm getting hotter by the hour. Loaded, loaded. Setting my sights and then hoping the junk starts flying when I begin. Living after midnight, rocking to the dawn. Loving till the morning, I'm gone, then I'm gone. Living after midnight, rocking to the dawn. Loving till the morning, I'm gone, then I'm gone. Living after midnight, rocking to the dawn. Loving till the morning, I'm gone, then I'm gone.
And there you go. A little bit of jam.
Man, that first step, I wanted you to hold me, never gets old, man. It never gets old.
Yeah, that's a
Big
good. It's a
song,
fun song. It's a fun song, man. Yeah. Oh yeah. Got this. Turn on this tuner so I don't make no more racket when I unplug this stuff. So real quick.
Yeah, hurry up, Joe.
Great guitar, man.
It looks good, sounded good. But like I said, part of it's the guitar player, Joe. You got to take some credit. It's not always the guitar. I know he can't hear.
All right. Oops. Dang. Sorry about that. Okay.
Jimmy Z said he's been rocking out your album in his car.
Huh? Oh, nice.
All right.
Thank you, Jimmy. That's awesome, man.
Kevin Newman has a trivia question.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Let me see.
How much did it cost to fix your truck last week?
Oh, yeah. That's I talked about that on the New Year's Eve show. Yeah. Let's see. We can definitely do that. Yeah. Yeah. The amount to fix my truck to get all the AC fixed and all was $1,000.
It's funny because I get my car working on whatever, and it's always $1,000. Radiator, $1,000. Serpentine belt. Oh, well, we had to take all this off. It's $1,000. I mean, I granted it's a Challenger. I get it,
Yeah.
but everything's $1,000.
Yeah. I was shocked. I looked up the compressor online. The compressor on was like $250, $275. And I told the mechanic that at the place, he goes, yeah, we're not allowed to use that particular supplier. We have to use who we're told to use. Of course, the compressor they get it from, they're going to jack up the price so they can get commission. And I get it, man. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. But yeah, man. I mean, hey, it's fixed now. I tried it
cheaper than buying a new car. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. That's what I was telling my wife. I said it's better to pay that and be done with it.
Let's fix it. Yeah.
and have another vehicle payment, so we'll keep our fingers crossed and hope that it lasts. Pray to God. And but anyway, man, what a fantastic show this has been.
Went by quick.
It went by very quick. Is there anything that maybe we didn't touch on, Ralph, that you want to talk about? Or
This beginning of a new year, first show of the new year.
Sure is, isn't it?
Coming up, yeah. It's gonna be a fun year, man.
It is. Looking
And we
forward
need to
to it.
do. You and me need to do some more jams. So you know what I mean. I
Yeah,
know we have a bunch to choose from, but we need to keep it up. What was the last one we did? It was Van Halen. It was that's sad. I can't think of it.
Love Walks In or something.
It was Love Walks In.
I think, yeah. But we
that
also
turned
need to
good.
do some jams together, like
Yes.
at your place.
Yes, some of the sound and hearing issues and stuff. I think Joe's figured it out.
I hope so. Yeah,
From what he explained I think this is going to work. I
I hope so. Yeah. I mean, I was like,
And I
man.
think I'll be satisfied with being able to hear, and that's all that matters anyway. It's all about me, man. As long as I'm happy with it.
That's right.
Good things.
I didn't get my part right. Who cares?
Turn me up louder. That's always the drummer. Turn me up louder. I need to be louder. Or when a guitar player's trying to tune his guitar and the drummer's in the background trying to tune my guitar. Will you cut it out?
Oh man. Oh yeah. That's a fun show. And man, I had such a great time. Thank y'all, everybody who chose to hang out with us this evening.
Oh yeah.
It's fantastic discussion. The chat again was y'all are amazing.
So much for yes.
Y'all are
Putting it
amazing.
out there. You keep it rolling with the questions and the comments, and this is great.
And like I said, all opinions are welcome in the chat. It doesn't bother me whether you what your opinion
we're not
is.
gonna offend anybody. We're not offending people here. Just your opinion is your opinion.
Yeah.
We have ours, so don't be offended by ours.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I welcome all opinions, and I have an open mind enough to read these opinions and say, hey, that's cool. If that's what you like, I think it's awesome, and that's what makes it fun here on this channel. We're all adult enough to having a good time. And that's great. All right, everybody, thank you so much. Until next time, I guess we'll see you next Saturday unless something else comes up. We'll have trivia next Saturday for you.
We'll try.
Try to keep that in mind. All right, everybody. I'm Joe.
This is the Butcher.
We'll see y'all next time around. Take care of yourself. Happy New Year. See you later. Bye-bye.